Hello, goal getters, and welcome to Goal Getting Quote of the Day, part of the Goal Getting podcast. I'm your host, Tony Woodall, and so glad to have you today. Thank you for listening to the show. Thank you for coming back and listening to a quote of the day. I did the experiment initially, just trying to see how this would turn out, and because I like to, listen to motivational quotes and inspirational quotes to help keep me motivated and to help keep me inspired. The quotes won't get me motivated, but they certainly help to keep me motivated, and you have to be able to motivate yourself, honestly. And this is one of the ways I used for that, is to help keep me motivated with motivational quotes. And one of the greatest people in the world was Henry Ford. Most of you know him as the founder of the Ford Motor Company. And he didn't sit back and complain about the lousy roads, the stinky horses, and the mess that they had to clean up in the streets. And he didn't listen to people complain or try to find blame for, who is guilty for keeping such lousy roads or things like that. He instead started thinking and went out and found a remedy for the problem. And the goal-getting quote of the day is from Henry Ford, and it is, "Don't find fault, find a remedy." So Henry Ford really told it like it was, and, do you know people that complain about a problem that they face, and then they start finding fault with people, the government, the world at large, everything? Well, they start blaming everyone and everything for this problem that they've got. Well, these people are part of the problem. What they should be doing, instead of moaning and complaining, what they should be doing is trying to identify and find the remedy or the solution to the problem. Like Henry Ford said, don't find fault, find a remedy. One of the most common pieces of advice that I have received from entrepreneurs that I've spoken to, or startup founders, or successful millionaires, is to find a solution to a problem. That's what will make you rich. So instead of complaining about the problem and trying to find fault, start thinking about ways that you can solve the problem, ways to find a remedy. When we do that and act on that, then we're going to be successful. So are you part of the problem, or are you part of the solution? So this is Tony Woodall with Goal Getting Podcast. If you like the show, if you like this quote, please leave some comment on our comment section. Let me know some feedback of what you think about the show. Again, if it's a problem, you don't like it, let me know. Tell me about it, and we'll find a remedy for it, a solution. But as long as you don't sit around and complain about it, then, if you do that, you're just part of the problem, not part of the solution. And I know you're a goal getter, so you aren't part of the problem. So let me know if you've got a good idea, or you want to share some information that you have about how you solved a problem and made your life better instead of complaining. Let me know that too. That would be really cool to hear a success story from you about what you've done that made you or somebody else's life, better, because you didn't just complain about it. You actually found the remedy. And that's what Henry Ford talks about. And he did find a solution, and in that, made cars affordable for everyone, and continues to, provide, great inspiration and insight to people. So anyway, this is Tony Woodall with Goal Getting Podcast and Goal Getting Podcast Quote of the Day. Listen to us every Wednesday on our Goal Getting Podcast show, where I or my guest will share tips and ideas and inspiration to help you get the goals that you set. And today, go out and make it